My favorite host, Alberti.
That's not what she said the other day.
The other day he asked me, okay, that's funny. He said to me, who's your favorite host? I said, Sandra. He said, Mommy.
I said, what about me?
My name is Aggie, and I'm retired right now. This is my handsome son.
Oh, handsome. I like that.
Yes, of course.
My name's Alberti Popaj, and I'm a host on QVC. It's a home shopping network.
Raising a family in New York, it was beautiful. My kids, both of them, they were like really nice. They listen always. And we used to cook a lot. Huh?
I said not always.
Always, no, always. They were good. I mean, they were like a really good kids. Alberti growing up, oh my God, I can talk for him for months and months. I don't know what to say. He was good. He was good. He was always good. Always listen, always smiling, always going shopping together, cooking
We'd go
together.
shopping together a lot.
A lot, yeah.
Yeah. Well, we would also, we would do everything together.
Cook together,
Yeah,
buy
we
together,
really would.
shop together, everything.
We'd work out together.
Oh yeah.
There was a time where she bought the
Jane Fonda
the Jane
tape.
Fonda videotape that everybody in the world bought. And she would get right in front of the TV and she would do the workouts.
Yeah.
And then me and my brother, and then Martin and Lenora, my cousins,
Yeah.
they would always be over our house too when we were kids. And we would all do the workouts with Aggie while she was getting in shape in front of the TV.
Yes.
I think that, when my mom and dad came to America, they had come from a place where they had really strong family values. And I remember when we were growing up in New York City, although a lot of my cousins also lived in Manhattan, and we had friends, and we went to school, and we played a lot of sports and activities. My mom and my dad would always say, for me and my brother Alfred, you two, you can have as many friends as you want, but remember, your brothers, and there's nothing more important than your family.
Yeah.
And so, we'd spend a lot of time together, and they were super active parents. Like, my dad never missed a basketball game or a baseball game.
Yeah.
And then my mom would always, she loves to cook, she'd always cook these big meals for us so that, we could have friends come over. And they would always say, instead of going out somewhere, why don't you come to the house?
Yeah.
And they'd always make our house really a welcome place. So in the middle of Manhattan, I think it's so funny, people always say, oh gosh, you grew up in New York City, that must have been crazy. But for me, it felt like a neighborhood. Well, I would say, from my perspective, one of the reasons why we have a really good relationship is because my parents really taught us to be honest with them.
Yes.
Right? So they would say, if you think you're going to get in trouble for something, it's better for you to tell us the truth than for you to not tell us the truth. You're going to get in worse trouble if you don't tell us the truth. And I think that because
to hear from somebody is worse.
Yeah. So I think that because they always kind of told us to be honest with them, and they were always, very kind and loving. It's just, we grew up in an environment where it's really easy to love and trust your parents. And then, because of that, we have a really good relationship.
Yes, we do have a.
I can call her every single day and feel good about telling her what I do. You know what I mean? Every single day.
Oh my God, if he doesn't call me one day to 2 o'clock, if at 2 o'clock past afternoon, my husband will be, did you talk to Alberti? I'll say, oh no, he didn't call me today or something. And then I say, oh, let me call him right now.
So she'll call me and she'll go, hey.
What's going on? You didn't call me.
is everything okay?
Yeah.
It's 2:00.
I want to hear his voice in the morning. Good morning. And it's always. My other son, I talk to him too, but I have him in a building.
Yeah, they live in the same building.
Same building. He's on the
Yeah.
10th floor, I'm on the 2nd floor. So
Yeah. But like really, we talk about, I think it's just like, I can't come down the stairs and see her at the breakfast table. You know what I mean? So I think that we just talk about whatever. When you're in the car, once Bluetooth became available,
yeah.
right? When you're in the car,
Every time he calls me from
I just call her from the car. So now it ends up that I call her guaranteed every single time I leave my house in the morning. Well, so I think this started though, I'll tell you in all honesty, I think this started when I moved to LA, right? I mean, obviously I lived at home until I moved to Los Angeles.
Yes.
And so every single morning when I would get up to walk my dog, I would call my mother. And it was like an hour that I would walk my dog, and she would be up and getting ready for work and doing all this stuff, and then we'd start our day like that. And then in the evening, she always wanted me to give her a phone call in the evening so that she knew that I was okay before she went to sleep. Obviously, because we were on different coasts. And it's nice to hear her voice.
Yes.
And I think that, you know, she likes hearing my voice.
Oh, yeah.
And so like sometimes I'll tell her about what's going on with the dogs or my day or whatever, and I'll just tell her what I plan on doing that day. She'll always ask me like what my shows are.
Yeah, what time
Yeah.
you're going to be in air, what you're going to sell. It's something nice.
Always.
It's something nice for me.
My answer is always, you don't need it.
You don't need it. Yeah, you don't need it.
Because she always wants to buy everything in my show. I'm like, you can't buy everything in the show. A lot of times she actually asks me about my shows.
And I see shows and always some, you know, I watch QVC now a lot. Since especially when Alberti's there. I used to
Yeah.
watch before, but now more.
Well, I have to say, every time I present anything on air, I always think of what does Aggie need to understand in order for her to decide if she wants this or not, right? Like it has to be clear, you have to give her all the information. And I always think like, okay, what would I want my mom to know about this before she decides to buy this? Because I don't want her to not like it if she gets it home. And so I often say that I am talking to my mom directly, and many times I'll actually call it out on air. Like if there's something that I know that she wants, right? I'll say, and I know my mom is watching, so mom, you should get the black, or you should get this, because I know she is watching. But the truth is, and she watches every show.
Oh, I watch every show.
She watches every single show, so I know that she's watching. But you know, I think that there's just so much of our relationship has been shopping, like our whole life.
Yeah.
And I know what she likes, and I know what she doesn't like. And I feel like maybe whoever else is watching might be thinking the same thing, but I really am, I really do talk to her a lot, right through the television. Yeah.
Yeah. And actually, when I watch him on TV, I think he's talking to me.
Well, I am.